So for the swatches, what I have in mind is creating these little helpful circles, and that will help us to stay within the lines more or less. It doesn't have to be perfect, but what I will do is I'll start in the corner and then kind of radiate these circles coming towards the bottom of the page. I will try to count them and have 65 of them. I will use a light ink. The Tim Holtz Distress ink in Tattered Rose is my go-to ink because it's water soluble, so it doesn't kind of, you know, once it is on the paper and you use a bit of watercolor, you don't really see it, you hardly see it, but it is helpful to during the process of working, so to create those. The circle is from my other stamp set, which is the color palette. It's also available on Etsy. Alyona Creates, and it's this this little element here. Yeah, and everything else is quite fun to play with as well. So let's start. So I think this is 65. If I counted correctly, I can always add more here if I needed to. So I have prepared some water over here and a rag, and here are the colors. So there we go. How exciting is it? It actually looks already better because you can see the blues together, the yellows together. Some of the colors are hard to identify in the pan, but that's okay. So I'm going to start with the corner radiating down, as we said before. And to be honest with you, I'm just going to do quick swatches because it's supposed to be fun, but it does help to stay roughly the same size. These are honey-based watercolors. They revet beautifully. I already went into that one. So but this color is actually quite nice once you can see some of the pigment separation. If you load it on too strong, you won't be able to see that. So I'm just lifting some of it. Same thing with this color here as well. So this one was the Mineral Violet. This one is, which one is that? Hard to say now, they have a few similar cards, but you remember it from the bigger swatches. This is Indian Red, also needs quite little. Another beautiful pigment separating color. So now that I have done all of the swatches of this palette, I feel quite inspired to carry on and swatch all of the colors that I have and document it, so I will do a video of that. And also I will be doing them, I think, by color grouping. So I will do maybe yellows, all of my yellows, cool and warm toned, and then I'll move on to oranges. I'll see how many colors I have in each color group. I might need to join some of the groups if I don't have much. For instance, purple is not my favorite color, so I won't have too much of it. Yeah, and then after that I'm planning to do my favorites. I have mentioned this a while ago, and I think some of you were quite keen to see my favorite colors, so I'll do that as well in the same fashion with those swatch cards. It's very easy to keep you know, all of the swatches in the same place. Oh, this was actually Caput Mortem. This is Indian Red. And so that's the plan. It's really fun to be organizing your watercolors and knowing exactly what you have. And it's so easy to find and use your watercolors once you know what color is where, and also which pigment it is. You can also start learning a little bit more about mixing your own mixes. So there's some colors that are convenience colors, and you can mix different shades of your favorite convenience colors by looking at the pigments. And once everything is laid out in that little swatch card, you know, all you need is just to look at it, and that's it. You don't need to go on the website and identify every single color. It becomes a lot easier. There's a little bit of time that goes into it if you start completely fresh and you haven't done this before, but once you get going, you'll notice there's less and less colors, and especially I don't expect that many of you to have as many colors as I have, and I have been collecting mine for a good 5 years now or so yeah, it will be a lot easier for you. This has taken me to do all of the swatches 2 days, say probably a day and a half. I started yesterday, did a few hours, and then finished off today. But there's so much joy with it as well. I don't see it as a chore. Swatching is something I really enjoy. It's very therapeutic. There's something about color that makes me feel very, very comfortable and relaxed. Similarly, like looking at crystals and seeing some beautiful inclusions or light play. The same thing happens to me when I see certain colors. They trigger a feeling of comfort and well-being. Alright, so we have 2 rows of colors left, and what do you think so far of not going into blues and greens first and having the neutrals in between the color groups? Do let me know in the comments. Like I said, it's not something I've tried before, but I do like my neutrals, and so I thought, let's try this way. Also, some of those neutrals don't fit. They're really beautiful, unique mixes. They aren't easy to fit into a color, you know, like a traditional color palette, according to the rainbow colors. But yeah, I enjoyed this way. So for instance, this color would be hard to place into a palette. Sorry if you haven't seen some of the colors, just noticed just now. So the range of the colors, as you can see, goes from extremely bright and luscious and vibrant colors to strong neutrals, but also some of those light earth pigment, natural looking colors. These do look natural to me, so if they had some, you know, enhancements done to them, it would be a completely different thing, which is still fine as long as the manufacturer states it, but this definitely looks natural. So we're coming to an end, and I actually quite like the fact that we're not ending on browns, but we are ending on my favorite colors, which are the turquoises. So it's kind of a cheerful ending. Yep, it looks like I counted them correctly. We've got 5 colors left. I haven't noticed the memory card getting full, so I really don't know at which point it stopped recording. So apologies about that, but this is the last color, and actually, truth be told, I absolutely love this color concoction, because immediately I'm thinking of skin tones in this color group, and then it's sort of connecting the cool tone greens and blues and then the warm tones of the yellows, oranges and reds, and I think it looks quite cute rather than connecting the blues to that and then traditionally finishing with the neutral tone. So something different, but I have to say it kind of looks more like a playful color arrangement. Really love that. So yeah, let me know what you think about it, whether you would try this color arrangement yourself, and I will see you soon.